Actors create things all the time. Chefs create things all the time. Artists create things all the time. And an artist is a blanket statement. Like, there's so many different forms of art, and it is such a beautiful thing to witness. Today's episode. I'm so excited you are here. Do you ever feel disenchanted? Or maybe you're just like, ugh, like, do I have to do this? Or maybe you feel bored. Bored is a good word. Like, I'll often, like, if there's something going on in my life, I'll ask myself if I'm bored, because oftentimes it's that I am bored. And so what do you do when you are bored or disenchanted or just not loving your life? Usually this is a cry for creativity. This is a cry to go create something. And it doesn't mean go create a masterpiece. It means be creative. It could be taking a walk down by the river, or it could be going to plant a garden. It could be calling a friend and going to do something fun together. Creation is our very essence. We are here to create. We are here to co-create as well. And so your authentic expression is to create. And so what are you here to create? In this particular week, I want to ask you, like, what is it that you want to create? How do you want to be creative? And is your soul asking you to create something that you've been ignoring? Because if it has, that knock is not going to stop knocking until you start using your creative expression to bring it into fruition, to birth it into life. Or you're going to wait too long, and this happens. I've had this happen to me many times where I'm like, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. And then finally I'm like, okay, I finally have time to do it. And then I'm not at all excited to do it. I'm not at all in alignment to do it anymore, because that ship has sailed. That energy of force that wants to support us in creating that, because spirit comes in and wants to support us in our creations. And it wants to create this flow, because when we're creating, there's this beautiful connection to source, God, creation, universe that comes into us, that works through us, and we're co-creating with the universe. And that flow is not there. It's choppy, it's hard to tap into. And so the thing that I want to, like, emphasize, no matter what, is if there is something that you're wanting to do and you've been sitting on it for quite some time, check to find out if it's in alignment with you anymore, because it might not be. I've done this with, like, different offerings, different projects of mine where I think I want to do it, and then, like, I drag my feet, and then I go and I finally do it, and it's not there. There's nothing to tap into, because the spirit of what was going to support me and to support me in creating it, source, God, universe, it's not there. It's gone. Like, I don't have access to that doorway anymore. And neither will you when we wait too long on something. Now, some projects can wait forever. Like, some projects, like, we are always in alignment. It's part of our soul's purpose. It's part of our soul's mission. And that creative force will be with you. And then there's times where it's not. And so the question's always going to be is, what are you here to create? And I'm going to give you something simple, like something so simple, because it can be nothing that's too crazy to do. One of my favorite things to make is cacao. Like, I love making cacao, especially when I'm inspired to go and make some, which I'm going to make some after I'm done recording this episode, because that's how much, like, it just came to me. I'm like, ooh, I want that. But there's everything about creating like the perfect cup of cacao, and like the what I use as the base, the actual cacao itself, like the cinnamon, the cardamom, the salt, the honey, like I use it all, and it's so scrumptious and delicious. And it is a masterpiece. It is a creative piece of my soul that goes into it, and it's a beautiful relationship I have with mother cacao as well. And so like I love it, but it can be as simple as that, as simple as making a cup of tea, coffee, hot chocolate, whatever it is. Like we have the ability to co-create, and like I'm getting ready, it's spring, I'm getting ready to like repot and replant all of my plants in my house. And I'm a crazy plant lady. Like I have over 60 plants. And so part of my creative juices is like replanting them, propagating them, getting them into things, moving them into different spaces, or bringing them to someone else's home, because I have so many and they grow ridiculous. And so I love giving away plants as well when they get too big, and trimmings. Like it's one of my favorite things to do. And that's the cool thing about life, is we get to create little things that bring peace and joy and happiness to other people. And creation doesn't have to also be all butterflies and rainbows. You might have the urge to create something that other people might not find as beautiful, and I'm putting that in quotations, but you love it and it brings you great joy. I've been recently on a crystal buying spree because we're buying new inventory, which I can't wait to share more about what's going to happen with this crystal stuff that we're doing. But it's like, I love seeing different carvings of like how someone created that, and just even like their thought process of like, they sat down, they decided to carve this, and it's so intricate and it's so beautiful, and they created it. Mother Earth created the crystal, and then someone went and polished it and carved it, and it's like such a beautiful thing because we're working together with Mother Earth. Creative expression allows us to let go of that melancholy. It allows us to tap into flow, and flow is a part of our birthright. It's a part of our energetic connection with the earth. It's our energetic connection with spirit. And when we're in flow, things start happening really simultaneously. Things start to flow, doors start opening. Yeses are had, no's are had, because we're saying no to things that aren't in alignment. And it's such a beautiful thing to, one, experience, another, to witness, because when you're in flow, you're giving yourself permission to co-create with the universe. You're giving yourself permission to say yes to all the things you're meant to say yes to all the things you're meant to say no to. And if you do make a mistake, which there are no mistakes, but let's say you do say yes to something you're meant to say no to, it will course correct when you are meant to be saying no to that, and you'll learn your lesson really quickly and you'll get back into flow. Part of flow is being creative. Part of flow is being one with your heart's desires and acting upon them in the way you're meant to act upon them, and understanding the energy expenditure that's available to you at that moment in time. So let's talk about energy expenditure. Creativity does not mean you are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you are a mad person. Like, that's not creativity. Creativity is allowing the inspiration to flow to you, through you, be with you, and riding it like a freaking wave. And the other day because I'm getting ready to revamp a lot of things. Like, I am changing one of my signature courses, Sacred Awakening, my Akashic Record course. And I have been getting downloads. It's going to change. It's going to change. It's going to change. And I don't force creativity. Like I can't force it. And I've tried to sit down like several other times, more than several times, I'll be honest, like more than several times. And it just couldn't, it felt so challenging. It felt so hard. And I just couldn't see what was available to me. And I wasn't willing to let go of the old, like to let go of my baby, because this is my baby. Like I've been birthing this and feeding it for so long, and it's time for change. And one of the things that I got last week was, oh, I need to sit down now. Like I need to sit down now because this is coming in so clear, and it's time to create it in a new way. It's time to reimagine it in a new way, and I'm ready to create. Like I'm ready to it, and like I could just feel this flow of energy that wanted to come through me. I did not literally have this planned out in my day. I just was like, okay, I get it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Okay, I'm going to make this space right now, not tomorrow, not the next day, not next week, not 2 weeks from now. I'm going to sit down and do it. And it took me 90 minutes to redesign the entire course, which I have been teaching Sacred Awakening since 2017. It is my baby when I say that, and I'm so excited to do this new version of it. I'm like so thrilled to do the new version of it because it's changing, and it's changing a lot. Like it is changing a lot, and I'm so excited. But that was like the flow. That was that wave that was like, oh, okay, I got a little nugget. A little raindrop came in, and I was like, okay, I can get with that. Like I can feel that. I can see how I can reimagine this. I can see how I can create this differently. And I could see where my creative juices were going. And then that little nugget turned into another little nugget to then where here comes the wave. You better jump on because it's going to pass you by if you don't jump on. And so that's the thing. I know for me, like I always heard like, oh, you're so creative. So I always thought like when I heard that from other people that they meant like they were artistic and they were arts and craftsy, and that's just not me. Like I'm not artsy at all, but I love creating things. And once I wrapped my head around that, there is a different way to create, and everybody's creative. Everybody is so uniquely them, and they have the ability to create something that only they can create. I think it's so magnificent, and it doesn't have to be art. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I'm not poo-pooing on art. I think art is amazing as well, and art is also in the eye of the beholder of what they think is neat and what they're wanting to create. And so go create something. Go create anything today and acknowledge that you created it. Your outfit can be created. Your the way you style, the way that you do your house, the way that you show up in a meeting or you show up in a conversation can be creative. I remember back in high school, we had this one of my classmates. We had to like read out loud in English one day, and he just bust out like an accent and started to be the actual character. And to this day, I will still remember that because one, no one's ever done that. And two, like he was super into acting. It was an English class. He didn't have to do that, but he got to create something for everybody in class to enjoy, but his soul enjoyed it so much because he was tapping into his love of a character, his love of acting, his love of imagining what that character would be if it came to life. And I think that's so beautiful. Like actors create things all the time. Chefs create things all the time. Artists create things all the time. And an artist is a blanket statement. Like there's so many different forms of art, and it is such a beautiful thing to witness. I mean, if we look at social media, you have content creators, like they're creating content that's super entertainment or super like, ooh, I want to binge this because it's so cool. And so there are so many things for you to create. And so what is your soul asking you to create? And can you start with something small if you're in fear of actually creating it? And if you are in fear, why are you in fear of creating it? What could possibly happen if you created it? And what could possibly happen if you don't create it? How would you feel if you did not actually accomplish that creation? And can you give yourself permission to not be perfect? Because it doesn't have to be perfect. We are perfectly imperfect, and done is better than not done. Done and doing it and being in the flow of it is better than never accomplishing it. And so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get going and give yourself momentum to ride the wave. Give yourself momentum to start allowing it to build, the energy to build. And then here comes creation. Here comes creator, whatever sacred title you give that frequency, that they're gonna go, ooh, you're ready, let's go. And then you're gonna ride that wave, my dear. You're gonna ride it and own it, because you are meant to create. You are meant to not be bored, because if you are bored, if you are depressed, your soul is asking you to go create something. So go create it. I promise you, you will thank yourself later for doing it. All right, my friends, please share this with a friend and make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.